All right, let's get into the new time, because we wake up today with a 36 trillion debt clock, which ties us into the 3 times 6 is 18. And that 18 connects us to the 1835 is the king spirit. Well, the 11-5, those 3 ones add up to the 3. So today is actually a king spirit day. And we also wake up to Trump being called the second George Washington, and this ties to the man with a pitcher of water we're told about. And then also Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, he is calling him this, and we're being told this on the day of the fight between the Tyson and the Paul. So let's connect some points of light, because also on Tucker Carlson we see this little munchkin, the 22-year-old man-child dude called the Hezbollah, and that Hezbollah ties into the Hezbollah, but it also ties into Tyson hugging him back in April, thinking he was a little baby. Well, we're going to see the reverse on that, and he's going to hug another man-child in the ring. The Munchkins let you know that we have landed in Oz, and we see those around. We may not notice the Golden Brick Road yet, and that golden for Biden and such can be rising. They can be doing Biden and Kamala in a flip-flop fashion. If they bring her in through the 25th Amendment, she's going to do these things. Otherwise, they take her out, and then Biden starts shining his light again as the dark sun, and he claims those climate situation. He does that methamphetamine, so-called Hitler dude, on another flip-flop. So this is where we can see the 3 scores working. So Kamala, she's just needed for a short season in a way. And we see this war in heaven with Michael now, and then that Michael with the war in heaven with Mike Johnson, and those things are more than likely going to take place with the Speaker 119. And then tomorrow, or the days overlap. Okay, so today is the 320th day in leap year. On the clock that we've been tracking, you have that 22-year-old Hezbollah guy on the tuck ear Carlson, the tick ear Carlson for the clock tick-tocks. And then the 320 is that counterclockwise on the 23. And we're getting into that last hour for the 24. Or basically that 12th hour. And then today is the 11th day after Christmas, so-called, for the 11-5 election. And then today's the 11-15 for the 1-2-5 for another Christmas day. This one can make the 12 and the 25 with the numbers that we have for the 11-15. Either way. So these are Christmases opening up. The Christmas in October, we saw Joe and primary come on the donkey's back, the Democrat, and then the donkey's back on a second coming. But that was when there was no room for the end, and then we see those things. And then we're on that 11th day today. So tomorrow is that 12th day of Christmas, okay? So the man with a pitcher of water ties to that 12th. When the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him. Okay, so this is tying into those 12 apostles. And before then was talking about the man with a pitcher of water. And then Mark 14. I don't have it marked. No pun intended. What is it? Mark 14:12. And the evening cometh when the 12, and as they sat and did eat. And the Last Supper from summertime with the Olympics time frame, and then the fight was supposed to be on 7/20 this summer, and then it got moved to this time frame. So these are all tying into the spiritual, into the carnal, and giving the last eyes and ears the connection points, okay? And my way of saying it, but either way. So the 12th day of Christmas is tomorrow, but that overlaps into our nighttime because in some parts of the world it's already tomorrow. All right, so this is where the things are a day ahead, or 1 times 1 can equal 2, but 1 times 1 can equal 1, or the days are shortened, those types of things. But basically, this ties into my Tyson said he was squared up on Jake, and this is tying into the Madison Square Garden stuff with Paul and the Caesar and whatever I posted. It's in the Luke. It's in Luke, talks about it. First off, it was around AD 58, and that's how old Tyson is. But during Paul's 2 years of the imprisonment as at the Caesarea or whatever. But that's the Caesar for the Mike Tyson dude. But either way, the Madison Square Garden, the dark sun there is there to square it in. And so the I expect the red heifer's laughter or the red heifer's slaughter in one way, shape, or form tied to this fight. And there's been so-called killing and a lot of death being talked about with these things. So this can be lining up to the fight per se, and then after the fight it just all hell breaks loose, because this is when the party starts, Mike Tyson says. All right. So this is tying into the squaring up at the garden, the Madison Square Garden, the Eden, those types of things. And then Elon Musk is coming in with the Department of the Government Efficiency. The efficiency is that one-room apartment, and there's either the studio or the efficiency. And the difference is that kitchen net, that catch-chin net. And the net is also tied to the Benjamin Netanyahu, and we can see Iran or whatever bomb the shit out of Israel, or these things can start giving birth to homeland eventually. And tonight or whatever is a great night to do it. Or to wake up on Monday, because we got the munchies shown with the munchkins, and then that would be like the bricks showing its head there. So the Mike Tyson is a 58, the 85 on the back side, so he's taking us into an old time, the way I see it. The efficiency apartment. The studio apartment, 5 by 600 square feet by 1,000 feet. All right, that makes the 11, 15 for today. All right. So the Jake can be that Passover sacrifice. He can be the red heifer sacrifice. It says, follow the man in the large upper room. And we see that large upper room, that suite being sold for $2 million for the fight or whatever, and it was sold. So the fight, we could see all kinds of things open up with this glass ceiling in different ways. But the Jake Paul, he is 10,164 days old today, if you don't count the day he was born. If you count the day, include the dings, it's a 65. And then MT for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the Michelangelo with the nunchucks, which connects you to the 1 inch punch, connects you to the 21323. All right. So Jake Paul is 333 months old and 29 days. So that 29 is going against the 21. The the 27 club, it may be striking some things on the old on the Paul. Okay. The so Elon Musk, he's telling you, or they're saying that you have to sign up for X to apply for this job. So this is part of where he's created this image and he's given it life under his look or whatever. And then now you have to worship his name and number by going on to his platform and doing those things. And then also they're saying that it's unpaid at the moment. And then that would be part of taking away the worship of the mark on the right hand, as far as the old Washington, as far as that mark to buy and sell in your right hand called your money. So that was the original mark given so we could track the buying and selling, because without the money you can't buy and sell. So it works. You need one or the other. That's where it's given to you by the so-called king or the society. Otherwise you'd be on a trade and barter system. You'd be a trader. But they made a trader a bad thing, where you're going against the nation because you're not worshiping the king and what he has to offer and those other things. Okay, so and then your country was started by traders, according to the storyline. And then so the war in heaven and the BRICS and all these things, they're all being opened up. And we could see like a melt of reality per se, where one is scripted and one is not scripted, because that's where Tyson is saying that he is a natural killer and the other one's a manufactured. So this is where they might have wanted it to be. If you've been watching fights or whatever, there's been a change in them first off, but they mentioned this with Elvis, that if you can combine this and this together, you can sell products. So this is why you always have these stars on certain teams and winning teams, or you never have a star on a losing team or whatever. They always go hand in hand and whatever. So it's always to sell you something, and it's always to brand you. Either way, this has been going on since Elvis, and this has been there to mark you and sear you on the right hand to make that America. All right, but we'll end it here because of time, and then we'll finish getting into this part.